Hey everybody, it's me, Edward Jones, back with a new video. Dems are losing young men's interest. Um, I'm pretty sure many of you seen the news. I've seen videos about it. The Democratic Party's been scrambling to try to figure out how they're going to appeal to young male white voters. So much so they're gonna spend somewhere in the ballpark of $20 million, which I think is a grift. But the whole party's a grift, if anything. They're going to spend $20 million to a consultant to figure out how can they appeal to young male white voters. Um, from come up with different forms of speech, what words to use, putting putting this is funny. Putting ads in. They talk about putting ads in video games, which is one thing that gamers definitely hate. Is they hate ads in the middle of their gameplay. I say there, but I like playing video games as well from time to time. But no, you're not gonna appeal to you're not gonna appeal to anybody by putting ads in video games, let alone young male white voters. My black ass can see can see that. Um, this has been a long time coming, and I'm happy that this is happening. Far too long, there has been two or three groups that party has been trying to find a way to cause friction, to drive a wedge, to create enemies out of, whether it be male or female, people of different ethnicities, people of different careers, different educational backgrounds. Uh, they've always tried to find a way to divide and conquer, and that because that's how they get votes. They've mastered the art of they've mastered the art of pimping out those they see as the weak constituents. And who are the weak constituents? Well, look who they pander to the most. It was women, the various minorities, alphabet soup group. you know, they found ways to pimp them out for their votes. And the group that they turned they painted at this as this enemy for those groups they're appealing to. Well, now they figured out that they actually may need their support to continue to win elections, and it ain't happening. It ain't happening. For one, I'm not sure if now I'm not sure if young men are actually happy. I'm not sure if young men are actually young white men at least are willing to are happy to be called Democrats, are happy to be called liberals. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that's like a roundabout way of calling a guy a pussy. If you say that you must have voted for Kamala, you must have voted for Tim Wall, you must have been a Tim Wall supporter. Um, because they're very young men, especially young white men nowadays, are very critical about how they're perceived. They don't, a lot of them they want to be perceived as being masculine. They want to be perceived as being manly. They want to they don't want to appear to be incompetent, and that's something a lot of them struggle with because time and time again they've been told for a long time that they're evil, that no one wants them. Like, you should throw rocks at these kids. Um, they're future oppressors, they're future rapists, they're this, that, and the other. And so they work hard to try to build up a persona to try to steer away from those things. And now the same groups have been pushing that have been pushing this narrative. The Democratic Party. They're now begging, now going to them to figure out how to get their vote. I'm telling you right now, it ain't happening. A young guy, a young guy saying he's a proud Democratic voter. Uh, there's something, there's something very effeminate about that, and I think it's because of how the party paints itself today, and the kind of men that they put in the forefront as supposed to be the ones who are trying to encourage young men to vote for this party. No, they put out guys like I said, Tim Walls, Cory Booker, uh, Hakeem Jeffries. That I never seen a man with so little swag, so little juice. It's crazy. Than Hakeem Jeffries. and it's like they don't the party has forgotten that they painted them to be an enemy, and now they want them for their votes. And that's all it is really. They're only pandering to this group for votes. They don't care about them. Um, they'll still find a way to give a backhand compliment. They'll still come up with some roundabout ways of insulting them by making it seem like they make it seem like young white men don't know what they're talking about. They can't identify that they're being made fun of. And well, no, it's been going on for a long time. Many of them are wised up. A lot of young white men, a lot of young, especially I think what I understand is a lot of young Gen Z males are very conservative. Why is, the women are going, the women are going one way, and the young men are going the other way. It just so happens that a lot of them are very conservative, and so they're appealing to the things that appear to be conservative, like things that encourage masculinity, things that enable men to be useful in a way that's very meaningful. Not just for the purpose that they're serving, but meaningful to themselves. You're not gonna get any of that from the Democratic Party. Um, so I don't think I think the party is so feminized. It's filled with so many effeminate males. They're gonna do nothing. All they're gonna do is scare away any young white males that are looking for a party to join. And I'm happy it's happening. They've done a lot. I say that because I've seen the damage they've done to black males, and I hate to see them do the same thing to young white men of this new generation of voters. So please tell me what you think. You think I'm on base? Think I'm out of line for the things I said? Hey, let your thoughts be heard. Leave a comment in the comment section. Like, share, subscribe. Any gripes, complaints about this video, send me a PM. I'll see how I can address it. But it is what it is. Dems are losing young white men. I'm Edward Jones. You guys take care. Be safe. Stay strapped. And God bless.